Hello, my name is Gabe the Babe.
Otherwise known as Ellie.
Ellie Presco.
I am Nina Arnone.
Yeah, you are.
I
And
didn't
welcome
even
to
plan
Office Hours.
that.
Ew, Arnone's bed isn't made. Whoa! Oh my god! I never want to hear that again.
I was
I
gonna make
never
it
thought
before
I.
we started, and
Oh
then
my god!
I had a towering of dishes to do, so I had to do
I
that
just
first.
did the dishes.
I haven't done them in days.
Okay, it was a day's worth of dishes that I did.
You didn't? Oh well.
Yeah,
I mean, I only have like on Mondays and Tuesdays. I'm not home all day, so I just throw like the storage containers in the sink.
that's fair. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I had weirdly the most productive day despite not leaving the house.
Oh, good.
Yes.
What'd you
I
do?
Well, the dishes, as we know. And then I finished crocheting my narwhal. I Crocheting came at such an important time in my life. I
Yeah, it did.
really didn't realize what a crutch it was going to be. I
What's
thought it
meant
was
for you will find you.
yeah,
You
I
know.
mean it really was just the universe being like, let's just give her a bone. Like, she's not getting boned, so let's give her a bone. Just one. And so the crocheting has just brought me infinite peace. My mom bought me one that was a T-Rex. I did him.
Yeah.
His name is Fred. Then I purchased the pastel narwhal named Bjorn. Did him.
He's great.
He looks even more fabulous. Then I purchased today a pack of 4. And it's a pineapple, it's a strawberry, it's an avocado, and a sushi. So I was like, I mean, I simply must. I bought the pastel narwhal, and
Yeah.
then they were like, "Would you like a mystery bundle?" I was like, "Yes." So I did
Yes, of
that.
course.
Then when I bought the pack of 4, they were like, "Would you like a mystery bundle?" And I was like, "Hell yes, I absolutely would. You keep asking me this question, my answer's not going to change. It's yes." And so I did that, and then I thought they revealed the mystery to me, which was a little disappointing, but they were like, "This is the panda. It's exclusive because it's not available on our site. So if you want to get him, get him." And I was like, "Oh my god, a surprise panda? Absolutely." So
Yeah.
I bought him. And then I realized that the panda was not the surprise
Yeah,
bundle.
they just
The
lied
panda,
to you.
it was a separate thing. So
It was
I
just
accidentally,
another
so
one.
completely by accident, um,
Oh
6
no.
crochet bundles are coming to the house. And honestly, I need them. I've never needed them more in my life. I need them so badly.
That's so
Um,
funny.
so there's only happy accidents today,
It's true.
but so I did that, and then I completely switched my fall winter wardrobe with my spring summer. Got rid of 2 boxes worth of clothes and shoes that I am gonna have donated and recycled. Those boxes weigh like 60 pounds together. I'm gonna be honest. They are swollen to the touch.
And it's
um
probably because it's like winter clothes, right?
yeah, and also I came to the epiphany that I mean semi recently, that the reason why like my hamper fills up so fast, and also like why I can barely fit anything in my closet, is because more often than not I am wearing clothes that are sized for a very large man.
Yeah.
And so, yes, simple to speak into fruition, but when you live this way, you don't really
Well, we
realize
all
it.
knew this.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
That you
I
wore
don't
clothes
know.
that are too big for you?
No, I didn't know math. I didn't know volume. I just assumed, these are my clothes, and I have a lot of clothes, and that's why they don't fit in my closet.
Oh, okay. So what are you gonna do? Are you getting rid of some?
I
You
did. I
gonna
got
go
rid of a
like
ton.
you gonna is
I'm
it
not.
like
I'm
getting
not. I'm not sizing down. I
I
won't
was gonna
size
say
down.
you're getting clothes that fit?
No, I'm not gonna get clothes
You
that
just
fit. That
you just got
any
rid of stuff you don't wear.
Yeah, if I feel fabric graze against my stomach, I get a rash. I won't do it.
That's crazy.
I get a stress rash
That seems like a skin condition, frankly.
from feeling the fitted fabric. I literally, oh my god, I didn't tell you. I woke up this morning, and I was like, my stomach hurt, like the skin on my stomach hurts. Like it's like kind of in between my boobs, but like more just below. And I lifted my shirt up to look at it, and it's a huge bloody scratch just like across my chest. And I like
From Stephanie or from you?
No, I think from me.
With the demon.
Because like I mean, so that's because then that's the only reliable other scenario really is the demon.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way it could have been Stephanie
Remember
because I was
Sammy's
under the
mystery
blankets.
bruise?
Oh my god, what was it shaped like?
It was a hand, like squeezing her
Yes,
leg.
yes.
Her leg.
That's
And we were
fucking
like,
terrifying.
Sammy, and grabbing you.
Yeah, they really are. Do you remember the one on my
It's after
forearm
you
that was
now.
literally shaped like teeth, like a bite mark?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wonder if I
your
have the
apartment
picture
is
somewhere.
haunted.
I know, but I've never sensed any
Maybe-
like aggressive negative energy. That has only ever just been me walking around the house.
Why would you be able to sense it?
Well, because anyone who's I feel like getting attacked by a ghost can like sense that hostile energy.
Only if they want you to.
I feel like it would want me to when it bit me. Oh my god. It was the scariest thing.
It's getting more violent.
Yeah.
It's not like it is in the movies. God.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
It literally is
bite.
like teeth.
The
It's
literal
bite. And it's purple. People thought it was the cat. I was like, this is not the cat. The cat would have punctured. It didn't puncture skin.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I do have demons.
You and Sammy.
It's possible.
It never came
Damn.
after me.
No, it wouldn't dare.
Could you imagine it tries? I'm like, no, don't start
What the fuck are you doing? Don't waste my time. Don't you dare waste my time with this bullshit.
I've been having such weird dreams the past couple of nights, like since April started.
Oh my god, tell me. Tell me about your dreams.
I had one dream. Well, I thought of like this one specifically because of this. I had a dream a couple of nights ago that me and two other girls, not specified, just random girls, were taken by a group of incels who were like angry and like getting women back because they're like mad at women. So they're like, we'll just like women have no say anyway, so we'll just take the ones we want because that's like kind of their mentality,
right?
And then so my dad has this thing, you know about this, of like sending the like if you're in an emergency situation, send the X in the group chat. Yeah. So I like had to do that in the dream. I was wearing like my big pant, like the big like harem pants I have.
Yeah.
And I had my phone, and they were like, so they were like just like random incels, so they weren't like smart kidnappers.
No.
And so they didn't like think to take phones right away. And then the one girl pulled hers out, and he went to take hers, and they asked for mine, and I was like, oh, I don't have it. And they couldn't see it because of my giant pants. And so there was one like sitting next to me, like holding me, because he was like, you're mine.
Yeah.
And I was trying to,
he said, you're mine.
You're mine. I guess they're also Southern.
Well.
And then I was like trying to like send the X, and I had sent the X, and I was trying to type out like kidnapped. Like I've been kidnapped, and I couldn't type it correctly. And I kept having to like and it like I couldn't send it, and like that was a big part of the dream. And he saw me before I could type it. I kept mistyping the word, and so I couldn't send it. And then he like gets it, and I woke up, and it was like 5 a.m. and I was like,
that's actually a thing in dreams. You like. It's a common pattern that you can't write in dreams.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah, really so that makes sense. I'm not sure why. I'm gonna Google. You can't read or write in a dream because the parts of your brain that process language are inactive while you sleep.
Yeah, I couldn't type it at all. It was really like frustrating.
Yeah.
And then he found it, and I woke up.
That's crazy.
And then
that's why your bed's not made.
I've been like a little freaked out ever since. I like talk to different men, and I'm like, "Are you gonna try to get me?" But then
it's like an unconscious thought we all as women have, and it's just moved to the front of your brain.
Yeah, mine's just like become active. Yeah,
it's migrated over.
I don't like it. I was talking to Kyle yesterday, and he worked at the mall, and he was leaving, and it's like 8:10 when he's leaving, and this kid like comes to his car and was like,
oh god,
all my friends left me, like I don't know where they are, like, and no one he was like, I need to do something, and Kyle was like, you should go inside and like ask for help. He was like, it's cold, like, and Kyle was like, go inside, like ask for help, and the kid was like, no one would help me inside, blah blah, like I don't know what to do, like I need to find them, and he was like, well, you're not getting in my car, and then he
you say that.
not specifically, but he was like, you should go inside them and like
right. I've
them.
given you 8 different solutions, and none of them
he's,
are
like,
you get in the car with me.
Get in the car. And then he Kyle before he started talking, Kyle got in his car and locked the door.
Yeah.
And rolled down the window when the kid
and buttoned his blouse. Yeah.
Yeah. But then when he turned away to set his drink down or something like that, when he can't when he turned back, the kid was gone.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Right? And
yeah, that's haunting. I hate that.
I was like, we need to go check your car. They're going to be tracking you.
Yeah, seriously.
He whenever Kyle wouldn't let him in the car, he just left. And I was like, I'm so scared.
I know. My God. Yeah, because especially people have been putting AirTags under cars now as a way to stalk.
And I was like, it's good that you got in your car right away and locked the door. And I was like, was there anything on your car, the back window or anything? Because that's what they do. Or something's on the car, so you have to get out and deal with it.
Yeah.
And then that's when they grab you.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know about this? And he was like, no. And I was like, they're trying to grab you, Kyle. You're going to get sex trafficked.
You would just have such beautiful eyes.
I checked it today, though, when we got in, admittedly.
Mm-hmm.
I checked, and I'm on the passenger side. And usually that's where they'll put the zip tie or something on the passenger side because the driver doesn't see it.
Yeah.
So I looked all over. It's fine. I guess it just honestly was some random 16-year-old who didn't know what to do.
Right. It's still there are, I feel like, better ways to address that. Where was your phone, sir?
He said it died. Which isn't super uncommon for a 16-year-old boy.
I guess.
But also no one inside would help you of the mall? No one?
Yeah. I don't believe that. Not even security.
Just walking around the parking lot waiting for people to get to their car.
Insane.
Yeah. So that really freaked me out as well because I was like, the dream coming true.
Oh my God. That's horrifying. I'm especially watching this insane HBO Max show called Evil Lives Here. And
my backpack fell over, but I'm so startled. I thought someone was coming in or something. My nerves are so high. It was just my backpack falling off the stool.
It's we're swapping ghost stories, except they're real. My God.
I know, and I thought someone was coming in my door.
I know. Oh my God. I'm all the way here in Boston, and I got scared from you screaming. And then the cat got scared. Cat almost shit herself.
Luckily, if I was kidnapped, you'd get it on video.
That's true. Oh my God. We'd get so many views. What was I even saying? Oh my God. Yeah. So moving swiftly along through that trauma. Yeah. It's this show called Evil Lives Here. I know. Mine is, well, I kind of feel just normal. But it's called Evil Lives Here. And my big thing with true crime is that I really make it a point to only watch documentaries where survivors have consented to the story being told.
Have you started being more attentive to that after the Pamela Anderson documentary?
Yes. Yeah.
It's a good rule.
Yeah, and I mean because I don't know. I was watching a video essay a couple months ago where this YouTuber who I really like was, the whole video essay was why true crime is harmful. And the main point being a lot of the documentaries that are out there are just monetizing off of people's trauma without giving them an opportunity to consent, let alone tell their story. And it leaves a lot of victims feeling taken advantage of all over again. That was, yeah. And in addition to Pamela Anderson, I never saw the Dahmer series, but I heard about the blowback that got because victims got re-traumatized. Victims' families actively didn't want it to be shot, and it was. So I don't know.
And the
So
Marilyn movie?
oh
Blonde?
well, yeah, they can just never let. We can't let like a dead celebrity just rest. We just have to keep making shit about them.
Did you hear? No, did you hear about the stuff with the Marilyn movie?
I heard that it was like just like super sexualized and basically a porn.
Well, yeah, but they also filmed it in the actual place where she committed suicide.
I did not know that.
The like scene of her suicide is the actual spot, and there's like a bunch of other stuff.
No.
And then I found out that some guy paid to be buried face down on top of her,
Oh my god.
and he like is.
He is?
Yeah, he paid for it, and it happened. So to like face down, so that he'd be like on her.
Yeah.
And that's like, and she's got that for eternity.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a lot of blowback about it because like Marilyn was very smart and like did a lot of work in the female community and like women's community and stuff. And
Yeah.
and like all that stuff you're saying about it, like sexualizing her. But like there was
Yeah,
some actual like problematic
I
stuff
didn't
about
know
it.
that. I literally just thought the movie was just like doing to her what we as a culture did to her, which was just like over the top sexualizing, really graphic
it was
sex
that, yeah.
scenes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
I didn't realize just how fucked it was. That's
like,
crazy.
I guess it makes sense that you'd want to like have that a part of the scene, like her death, but like in the spot.
Yeah. What is that trying
Like
to
in,
say?
like in her home.
Yeah.
They like basically they made money off of it.
Yeah. That's
creepy.
Oh my god. That's horrible. So, anyway, that heightens my point.
Yeah.
No. I it's important. Because like the point also with like true crime being harmful, and I'm not saying that it isn't and that it can't be bad. But the way that I view it, like anything, is it's honestly made me very cautious. Because you hear about these stories and they're terrifying, but they kind of scare you straight.
Yeah, that's a big thing about why women listen to true crime so much.
Right.
Like
To like yeah, to like learn how to protect yourself. And so but this show has like 15 seasons. It's still going on. It's still airing. I actually started watching it in Pittsburgh when we were there in February, and just on my iPad, like when I was in the shower, because I was like, this seems kind of interesting, and I put it on, and it's like all the survivors kind of recanting tales. They had John Wayne Gacy's sister on an episode. That was super interesting. They had a lot of like domestic abuse survivors whose partners were serial killers, and anyway, it's very moving stuff. But then it's juxtaposed by these fucking insane reenactments. Like the reenactments, it's bad acting magnified to the nth degree. And so like it's literally, I remember there was like one episode where this woman is recanting, like after having a restraining order against her partner, she comes into her house to find her teenage daughter stabbed to death by her partner as he goes to stab her. Horrible. Absolutely horrific. The reenactment, it's like slow motion. She's being stabbed. She's like, like, it's like, and it's so hard not to. I'm like, do these people know? Like, do they, when they sign that they're going to be on this show, they must be like, and people are going to laugh because, like, the reenactments of this are fucking insane. Like, oh my god, I was like, I feel wrong for laughing, but it's also like, what else can you do? She's literally like, it's acting like she got like hit with like a wave of gravity. She's like it's crazy. And then after it pans over to her in the confessional, and she's like showing the like stab wound scars and how she survived, and I'm like, I can't. This is too much.
Seriously,
I can't take it.
There's this show called Three Body Problem. It's on Netflix.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, I know this show.
Did you hear? Okay, well, there's the show, but did you hear about the creators
No.
They were poisoned and murdered.
Hold on one moment.
Poisoned
Wait.
to death. Yeah.
Poison. I know poison to death. I assumed.
Sorry, I was reading the text.
Poisoned to death.
That's what Kyle sent me. He said they were murdered and poisoned to death.
What is he, a Scooby-Doo character? That's crazy.
Yeah, apparently. But I was like, who are their enemies?
Yeah, seriously. I just saw, I didn't watch the show. I saw Trixie and Katya react to it, so I have no idea what it's about. But
Me neither.
do we know why? Do we know,
No, he just told me today, and I was like, well, now we have to watch it, because he'd been wanting to watch it. And I was like,
all
I
of
need
the
to know.
creators?
Well, he said co.
Like-
I'm imagining it's two people.
Okay.
Apparently, they were writers on Game of Thrones, too.
Holy shit.
I was like,
And they were like, we're going to take you out like we took out
enemies.
Joffrey. Sorry.
Literally.
Yeah, that's wild. I didn't even know we poisoned still.
Well, I'm sure, you know, in the spy world they do. But why do these people have spy enemies?
I don't know. I mean, that
Arsenic
show
is
is very... Oh, my
I don't know
God.
anything
What-
about the show, but I have to watch it now.
Yeah.
That's so random.
Yeah. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
I think it just happened. You were so busy being productive today, you missed it.
I guess I guess so. Wait,
And there
I
were
gotta
other
look this
global
up.
tragedies, but we don't have to talk about that on our little
No.
podcast.
That's silly. It happened in 2020. Former gaming executive was sentenced to death last month in China for fatally poisoning Lin Qi, a billionaire whose Yuzu games had links to Three Body Problem on Netflix. That's crazy. This is like up to snuff with when you and I realized that we were in the same class and sat in the same room in college as someone who went on to like brutally murder a young man.
Because we knew him from hanging out with him, though. He tried to give
Yeah.
alcohol to my 17-year-old sister. I was like, dude, I was like 17.
Yeah.
I was like, oop.
Ooh. Don't worry, I'll do something worse.
Yeah, that was weird. And then having
Yeah.
to like go on Instagram and unfollow him.
Oh my God.
That was
Insane.
so weird.
It was a really weird feeling.
Yeah, because like he's not gonna do it. He doesn't have his phone anymore. He's
No.
in jail now.
Yeah. I know. I think for life? It must be.
I would hope. Brutally
Now-
murdered a person.
Yeah, now I gotta look it up. Oh my God, that's so fucking weird. Sorry, it's a picture of him and I'm just like...
I know this person. Yeah.
It's so weird. Like, I literally remember sitting in a room with him. Ah!
Joking with him.
Yeah, I thought he was funny. Okay, he turned down a plea deal and elected to undergo a mental evaluation.
You should.
Yeah. Sorry, it's just still weird. 33 years to life in prison.
I mean, he's gonna have to be re-sentenced because he'll be
Yeah.
alive. He's gonna be
Yeah.
He's gonna be like in his 50s in 30 years. So
Yeah. Oh my God. That's just so crazy. The police uncovered the victim's limbless body.
Yeah, he hacked him up. He
I know.
threw his limbs down the garbage chute.
I know.
Isn't that weird?
Not the word I would actively select, but yes.
Well, not what he did. It's weird that we know him.
Oh, yes. It is really weird. It's very strange. Listen, I've stumbled into some people who turned out to be pretty horrible, but that one takes the cake for sure.
It's the part of like having to go unfollow him online. That was very
I
surreal.
know.
Like
I know.
I was like, this isn't real life. I'm not unfollowing you because you're a murderer. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. Right. The like most recent picture is like him with his girlfriend at like dinner.
Yeah, literally.
I was
In front
like,
of, like some muscle car.
yeah. Ugh.
Anyway, weird dreams. That's where this all started. Because I
Yeah,
had a
seriously.
weird dream.
And I'm in a true crime mindset, so I'm lapping up your dream like a kitten of milk. 'Cause I'm just like, holy
Yeah, I
shit.
know. I've been like exhausted all week, and I'm having weird dreams.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I never remember fun dreams.
I do.
I wish I did. Like I had a
Yeah.
weird dream the other night, and then I asked Kyle, I was like, "Did you have any dreams?" And he was like, "Yeah, I just dreamed that I was like playing a baseball game."
He's such an American boy.
I was like, "That's it? Like nothing crazy?" And he was like,
Yeah.
"No." And I was like, "I have dreams about like fighting for my life."
I do too.
regularly.
I do
But, like,
too.
like those are my dreams,
Oh
and
my
not
God.
being able to save myself.
Yeah, this was like 4 years ago I had this dream because as we know, I actually don't know if I've done it recently. I've started taping my mouth shut for proper breathing. Like mouth tape, like wearing it to sleep
Yeah,
and
I know.
stuff because
It just looks
well,
like crazy.
my mouth guard is too big for my mouth, and so my mouth hangs open, and then someone told me, basically pulled out a PowerPoint about like how that leads to so many issues and respiratory problems and circulation, and they were like,
Sounds
get
like you
mouth
just need
tape.
a new mouth guard.
No, my mouth guard is fitted to my mouth. It's just thick because it needs to be big for me to like grind my teeth against. If it were thin, I'd go right through the damn thing. But anyway, I used to talk in my sleep. Probably still do. And I think when I
You
was
do.
20, I was sleeping over at like an old friend from high school. And I remember so vividly that I had this dream that this that like there was an unjust shooting at a mall and this policeman had shot a black man just out of hate, and I lost my shit and went up and started screaming at him, and then he shot me in the leg to get me to stop talking. And so in my dream, I am like on all fours clutching my leg, and I look up at him, and in a pure moment of animalistic rage, I go, "Rah!" Only I did it out loud in my friend's face. and she was like, she woke up to it and she literally was just like, oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, I don't know.
Did it wake you up?
Yeah, I woke up screaming in her. I woke myself up, and then the latter half of the screaming, I was awake, and I was like, "Ooh, we should just keep going, because like, how am I gonna get out of this?"
Just commit to the bit, really.
So it was like, "Row!"
I've like woken up to me talking, and then I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I'm never
Yeah.
screaming.
Yeah, well, there was one time where I screamed in my sleep and I didn't wake up. And this was when I was sharing, I've told you this story. I was sharing a hotel room with my brother. I think he was like 10. And he said at like 5 a.m., I like sat up at a 90-degree angle, screamed, laid back down, rolled over. I have no recollection of this, but him at age 10, he ran into my parents' hotel room and was like, "Mom!" And my mom was like, she's just talking in her sleep. And he was like, that wasn't talking. She had nothing to say, only fear.
Oh my gosh. I would freak out too. I'd be like, I'm not
Yeah.
sleeping in there. I'll tell you that.
I know. Well, you get physical in your dreams. You fucking had a dream you were running when we were in Pittsburgh. You kept kicking me in the head.
Yeah, I have no idea about that.
Oh my god. That, I think, was the angriest I'd ever been at you. Because I would shimmy down the couch and you would fucking follow me. And then there was one point where I grabbed your leg and I was like, Nina, what the hell is wrong with you? And you didn't wake up!
No, it's really bad how deep of a sleeper I am.
You're
It's, like,
such a
actually
deep
problem.
sleeper.
It's actually
Yeah.
a problem. Kyle,
Like, I would
plugged
say
my
I'm a...
nose. He like plugged
And
my
you-
nose and covered my mouth.
Right.
Because
Right.
he was like, surely she'll wake up. Didn't.
Nope.
And he was like, I'm worried I'm going to kill her. I don't remember it at all. He like had to let go. Because he was
Yeah.
like, I can't. He was like, she's not waking up.
Right.
I just rolled over.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then like the other night when I was home and Alexa's boyfriend gets sick,
Yeah.
I was sleeping on the couch. And apparently it was like loud and violent. And Kyle
Yeah.
was there and he thought it was me because it was so near. And he was like,
Right.
Nina, what is wrong with you? Like, get up. What are you doing? And he realized
Right.
it wasn't. I slept through the entire thing. I like
Oh my
literally
God.
no recollection of it. I woke up because Kyle was talking to Alexa because he was like, is everything okay?
Yeah.
And
Oh my
I woke
God.
up and I was like, what's going on? I was like, what? That's crazy.
You're like, I thought that was my dream. In my dream, he was an incel.
My dad woke up from the other room, like
Yeah.
across the house.
Well, that's
And got
parents.
up and was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
When I was little, my dad put an alarm clock next to my ear in my bed. Super loud. They woke up downstairs from it, and he put it literally, like, in the bed next to my ear. Didn't wake me up at all. And he,
That's
like, came from
crazy.
downstairs and turned it off. And I'm just like, and he was like, I don't know what to do. He's like, I physically have to, like, sit you up.
If your house ever
What?
catches on fire, you will die.
I will. It's a problem.
Yeah, you'll pass on.
Like, people say, like, oh, it's good to, like, they're like, oh, it's good you're such a deep sleeper. You probably get good REM sleep. I don't.
No.
That's even, that's the problem. Like, it's too deep of a sleep.
Yeah, your heart rate's at, like, 20 beats per minute.
Yeah, it's bad.
I would say I'm a good level. I'm, like, in between my mom and my dad. My dad's like you. He sleeps through it's also because he can't hear. Like, white noise is just in his head forever, constantly. But my mom, if I roll over in my bed in Boston, she hears it in Connecticut. She, like, bolts up. She's like, what happened? She okay? Does her leg hurt? What's going on? And, like, because I remember what I thought was a little ditty called Montezuma's Revenge was actually an ovarian cyst that was rupturing.
So funny.
And for those who don't know about having a ruptured ovarian cyst, though pretty much medically harmless, women's pain is just a normal, regular thing. It literally feels like you are being stabbed in the ovaries, in the stomach.
Yeah.
And I woke up, and the cramping was so horrible. Mind you, my little sister had this happen to her, and the pain was so bad that her body went into shock. That didn't happen to me, because I was like, I've tried to do worse to myself, but it hurt a lot. And I thought, I just had to poop really badly. Like, so I'm like waddling to there, and like it's like a knife twisting, and I sit down on the toilet, and I'm like, okay, the pain's gonna subside because I'm gonna poop.
I'll be done so
soon. I did not poop. I literally remember like feeling my head like hit the wall next to the toilet, and then I thought as I was going down that it was one of those things where it's like, oh, you know where like you're laying in bed falling asleep and it feels suddenly like you're falling and you like jerk.
Yeah.
So I literally thought, I was like, oh, like this is like, I think I'm falling, I'm just gonna twitch. Only when I did that twitch, it was like 5 seconds later, and I woke up on the cold tile with my pants at my ankles. Like fully I fainted for like 5 seconds. Like I was unconscious, but it was literally, the pain was that bad. And I heard my mom's little pitter patters because she had heard me across the hall fall. And I literally was like, if she's my mother, she wouldn't care. But I was like, for the sake of my own dignity, I cannot have her come in with me laying Donald Duck style on the floor in my dress. So
Pooh Bear.
Yeah. Pooh Bear. And I was not feeling like a willy-nilly silly old bear that night, let me tell you.
Yeah,
and so I hear my bedroom door open, and I'm laying on my side next to the toilet, and by a stroke of just like sheer willpower, I like dead fish on a dock, like flop, get my pants up to my boobs, and by the time my mom opens the door, I am puking my guts out. But it was literally like, I think the reason why I was unconscious for such a small amount of time is because I knew, like, as soon as I hit the ground, it was loud. I'm a grown woman. So literally as I hit the ground, I was like, that woke her up. That for fucking sure woke her up. And then I like almost like heard every vertebra of her spine like click into place as she sat up.
Like a robot.
I knew.
Yeah. She was
like, and I just like, oh God, I really hope that I stay the mixture of my parents, because when I have kids, I know my anxiety is going to be through the roof.
No, you're going to be
and
just
like
your mom.
Oh, fuck, I don't want that. She never sleeps.
I check for breathing.
Yeah. Like, I'm 22. I can't wake up with a hand over my mouth.
You're like, Mom.
Yes. Mom, stop.
He was like, I haven't seen you move in 20 minutes. You're like, get out. That story reminds me of the first time I got drunk when I was 14.
Oh, that's right.
Because I just wanted to try the alcohol, and I forgot about
Right.
what I didn't forget. I didn't know about like
Right.
you have to wait for it to hit.
Limits.
So I'm just like going, and it's all
Yeah.
peach schnapps because I'm 14. Also, it
Yeah, of
didn't take
course.
much. I try everything, and then I sit down, and I was like, whoa. And then I get from the basement all the way up to the second floor into my bedroom without my dad seeing me, and I'm like, coast is clear. You just need to go to bed. And I fell out of
Right.
bed.
Yeah.
Don't remember it. Didn't feel it. And I hit apparently so hard. He thought I cracked my head.
Oh my
that was how
God.
hard I hit.
He must have
So
come
he's
running.
like, he was downstairs and he like ran up the stairs and he was like, oh my god, are you okay? And then I started talking and he was like, oh my god, she's drunk. And then he started laughing like a little bit.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know what to do. He was like, of course she's fine. She's drunk.
Did you puke?
No.
I would have puked.
I mean, I don't think it took that much. Like, I don't remember how much I drank, but I don't think it was that much. I was
That's fair.
14, and at 14, I think I weighed like 95 pounds.
Yeah.
So it didn't really take much, and it was schnapps, so it was mostly sweets. And when you're 14, you eat sweets all the time anyway. So
True.
yeah, they
and I
just
do love a peach
sat
ring.
with me until I like wrote it out, and then went to bed.
Wrote
Sammy
out the
recorded
drunk.
some of it of what I said.
Oh, really? Oh, I would have loved to see that.
Yeah, my dad, she was playing it back to me the next day, and my dad made her stop because he hadn't like processed it yet.
That's so
Of
funny.
like what to say to me. He made Alexa go down and dump all the alcohol out.
Wow, damn.
Got rid of all the alcohol in the house. Yeah. I mean, they didn't have, like, that was a while ago. I don't think they had
Right.
nice, very nice stuff. Peach schnapps, so.
Right. It's true. Well, that's how we knew your mother was there in the house.
That's true.
That was definitely hers. There's no way that was your father's. Yeah.
He wouldn't touch that.
Although your father's favorite cocktail is like a drink that looks like chocolate milk and tastes like a creamy tire on fire. So it's like, it honestly could be a bit of a toss-up.
He loves it so much.
It's so gross.
Not
Not objectively. No. Not objectively gross. It's just everything that I don't like in alcohol. It's like milky whiskey.
Precisely.
I'm like, you either want me to have diarrhea right now or you never want me to poop again. Which one is it? It's like Coke or Pepsi. The little cute tween quiz book. Diarrhea now, never poop. Which one?
Yeah.
Which one are
it's
you?
his favorite.
I know.
It's because it's his creation, and he wants to show everyone and tell everyone about it.
I know. It's very cute. I love the creativity. I love that he's playing God with cocktails. I think that's amazing.
The name is the best part of it, truthfully. He picked a good name.
The Irish Pirate.
Yeah. That was good.
Oh, this is a good segue. How was Ireland?
Oh, it was good. Yeah, it was really good. Very long days.
Yeah.
But it was really nice. I was telling him towards the end of the trip that I was like, I've done a lot of traveling. Not that much, but like I've tried my fair share of traveling. And,
yeah.
And I said, like the last time I left the country, well, that was with Sammy. But when I went to Italy for the summer and worked there, I explored a bunch and that was great. But that was the first time I realized I wanted to be in a relationship because I was like, I'm seeing all this amazing stuff and I'm not seeing it with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I realized I don't like solo traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my mind, like, some people love it and that's great, but it didn't work for me because I was like, in my mind, if I don't have someone to see it with, I don't really want to do it.
Yeah.
And so when I went with Sammy, that was great. Like, that was really fun, except that we travel differently. So we learned that about ourselves. I'm very activity oriented. Flow of the day.
Yeah.
But like, go with the flow, you know.
Right.
She's the complete opposite. Full relaxation with a strict plan.
Yeah.
Which is good that we learned that about ourselves. But yeah, it was really nice because Kyle travels the same as me, like always wanted to do something, and then we were driving, this was after Galway, on the way to the cliffs.
Mm-hmm.
We're driving like on these back roads, like all the mountain path and all that stuff there.
Are you driving? Like you got a car?
I drove.
Oh my god.
I drove. He
That's
couldn't
crazy.
drive because he's 24, and the rental company we went with won't rent to under 25, so we had to switch everything to me.
Oh my god, but you had to do it on the left side of the road.
Yeah, that
so
was
weird.
really hard. Before we went, we were planning to rent the car, and before we went, we had seen my Pat when we went home, and he went to Ireland on his honeymoon, and he was talking about driving, and I was like, oh, you drove there? And he was like, yeah, it's not that bad. I was like, no? And he was like, no, not really. And then just over Easter, we went to see him again, and I was like, liar. Like, you're a liar.
Yeah.
That was one of the scariest things I've ever done in my whole life.
Yeah, man, it's so difficult.
So the first day we got there was St. Patrick's Day, and
Yeah.
the guy that we like got the rental car from, he was giving us tips, and he has family in New York, so he was like, I know like a couple extra things, and he was like, when the light is red, you can't go like at all. So, you know, like we'll go on red, like a right turn. For them, it would be like a left turn. And he was like, you can't go at all. And I was like, that's good to know. Which, when we saw Ashley, my Irish friend, we were telling her about that. And she was driving, when she came to America, she was driving in San Diego. And she's at the red light. And she's just like stopped. Cars were honking at her like crazy.
Yeah.
And she was like, what? She was like, what do they want me to do? The light's red. And she didn't know until afterwards that like she could have gone. So that was scary. So the first day we get there, St. Patrick's Day, which was good, that there was like a lot of traffic in Dublin because driving was slower.
Yeah.
And there was a lot more navigation, like signs around.
Right.
So that helped a lot. The first 2 days, like going into Dublin, was good because then on the third day when we went to the cliffs, it's like back roads, up and down hills. It's like roads so tight that only one car can go. If another car comes, you gotta pull off to the side. Oh my god. And like cars are flying by me.
Yeah.
And then also, so when we left the cliffs, it's dark, like at night, and since it's so like dewy there, their foliage is so thick, like all the plants and bushes and stuff. So we're driving, like going around like turns and like winding roads, and I can't see cars coming. One, they're coming at my right, which on its own is like really jarring to see like a car just coming at me on my right.
Yeah.
And then I can't see it coming around the like turn, and so in my mind it just like appeared out of nowhere because the foliage is so thick I couldn't see their lights.
Right.
So there's this one turn, and I'm about to go around it, real tight turn, and then this car in my mind comes out of nowhere, and I just fully came to a stop.
Wow. Yeah.
I just like, and Kyle was like, "What's going on?" I was like, they just need to go, and then I'll start again.
Yeah. I'm putting a pause on this. A pause.
I was like, I just need like a real deep breath. And then like when I was on the highway, it was fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got used to it. It was funny because Kyle never sees me drive. So his like first experience of me driving regularly, the first time was during a snowstorm when I picked him up from the airport.
That's right.
And the second time was in Ireland on the other side of the road. And so he was like saying like, I was getting better towards the end, and he was like, I don't know if this is how you drive. I was like, it's not. This is really difficult. I'm much worse of a driver. And I wasn't that bad, but I was like, please, I'm a good driver.
Yeah, I know.
But when we were driving to the cliffs, we were going like up this hill and down, and then as we're driving, there's this like, it's called Hazel Mountain Chocolate, and it's this like chocolate shop just like on a hillside. There's like cows, and like it was so beautiful, and I was like, do you want to go? And he was like, yeah. So we just like go and stop in, and that's when I was like, oh, I'm really enjoying this, because like just random things like that of just like, yeah, pull over, like we might as well, like why don't we check it out. We got hot chocolate. We got salted honey hot chocolate.
Gross.
Salted honey or salted caramel?
Definitely wasn't caramel. You hate caramel.
Yeah, I think it was honey. But like salt, like a little salty chocolate. And I was like,
I like
that's
salty
cool.
chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool because we could have gotten the regular, but we were like, oh, we should try something different. I got a box of whiskey truffle, like chocolate truffles to bring home for Easter for everyone to try. And my mom was like, oh, I don't want whiskey. I was like, Mom, there's not actual whiskey in them.
Right.
So she tried it. And then Kyle got this hazelnut like spread, chocolate hazelnut, like Nutella. Because he was like, oh, well, I'll see how it like compares to Nutella. And then at the airport, they took it.
No.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. Because it's considered like, considered like a jelly, oily thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
And it's not a solid. And we were like, but it's so close to a solid. And the guy was like, yeah. And I was like, so what do we do?
Yeah.
Because they were both like standing there. And I was like, okay, what do we do? And he was like, you can either like leave and have it and then come back, or I have to get rid of it.
Throw it
and
out.
Like,
yeah.
And we were talking about it afterwards. It ruined Kyle's whole morning. I felt so bad. He was so angry. Yeah, he was really upset. Because the
Yeah.
guy just, like, threw it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I
was
mean,
just, I was just, like, walking next to him, and he was so
Yeah.
upset. I could, like, feel the energy. I felt horrible.
it's like, I want my fucking chocolate spread.
And we were joking about it, and we were like, just hand it to me, and just like, you have a spoon? No, I'll just use my fingers. I'll eat it right here. So that sucked, because it would have been really good.
Yeah.
But the place was really cool. Kyle wanted to get a chai, but they didn't have the lattes. They only had, like, the tea, actual tea, and he was like, oh, that's gross. I don't want that. He was like, leaf water? No, thank you. He likes some tea, but he's never had chai, like tea.
Chai tea is good. It's really good.
Yeah, it is good. I don't think he would like it because he likes sweet.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like some milky sweetness.
He has such a sweet tooth. But Galway was really cool. I really liked that town.
Nice.
We had a really good routine of, like, we went to a place that had breakfast included, obviously.
Nice. Yeah.
I was like, it's the smartest way to go anywhere. Like, it's not a more expensive hotel, and then you just fill up, and that's one less thing you have to buy.
Right.
So we'd have a good routine of, like, really filling up on breakfast, going out, getting, like, a snack midday, like some treat, and then dinner. So we only, like, really paid for one meal.
Yeah.
That was a good routine. We tried Irish pudding, which
How was
is not
it?
good.
Yep.
But we did try it to say that we have.
Yes.
One night he got fish and chips because he wanted to try it. He really enjoyed that. That was good. I had bangers and mash because that's another Irish thing I wanted to try. Bangers is just sausage.
Yep.
So we go there, and I was like, sausage and mashed potatoes? Yeah, I'm gonna love this. The place we went to, like, soaked their sausage in Guinness, and I was like,
Oh my
I've had,
God.
I've had, like, beer battered things, like, before, and, like, they're
Yeah,
fine. You don't really
right.
taste it. Like, it's just, like, a little texture. Every bite was just, like, chewing Guinness. It was gross. It was, like, I ate it because I ordered it, and then I told my friend about it, Aisling, and I was like, yeah, they soaked it in Guinness, and she was like, that's weird. She was like, Dublin is just, they're trying to be too trendy. She was like,
that does not help the argument that Kylie made about Guinness tasting like hot dog water.
That's exactly what I thought of.
Yeah.
I was like, I can never, like, I'll never, we tried Guinness there, it was fine. I don't think I'll ever be able to have Guinness again. We had the Guinness the first day, and then, like, after having that, like, Guinness sausage, I was like,
yeah.
It was not good.
I used to love Guinness.
I know. You did.
It's a big bummer.
You're a big fan.
I loved it. It was so good.
It's, like, fine.
Once Kylie said that, I refused to agree with her. I was like, no, you're wrong, da-da-da. And then the next time I had Guinness, I was like, oh my God. She's right. Fuck.
I know, everything changed when you found Allagash White.
Yeah. Listen, we all have an ex-partner, except for you, who just, like, you can make a big list of, like, all the, like, shitty things they did, but there's at least one thing that changed your life for the better that they bequeathed to you. Like, my high school ex-boyfriend, it was a comedy podcast that I still listen to this day that I think is so hilarious. He also introduced me to Thomas Middleditch and Ben Schwartz. And then with my college boyfriend, it was Allagash White.
Yeah.
And it's delicious, it's refreshing, it's crispy. So good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good summer beer.
Yeah. Just so when it's
what else
chilled.
is, like, a real, like, you know what I thought, like, everyone agreed on this was, like, a good summer beer? Corona. I was like, oh, everyone likes Corona in the summer. Even my dad will, like, enjoy a Corona in the summer.
Yeah, Corona's delicious.
Kyle. He said it's the worst beer of all of them. I was like, that's crazy. There are worse out there.
Yeah. Guinness for one. What was that? The hell was that?
Just the neighbor's door closing.
Oh, thank God.
Sometimes when someone else's door closes, it closes so hard that it, like, knocks my door a little bit, like the wind.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And especially if I'm, like, just sitting here alone and I hear it, I'm just like,
the gust.
Yeah, that'll freak me out a lot.
Yeah.
I'm, like, slowly getting more freckles as I age. I have one. Wait, you can't see it on this camera, but I have one right here now. Have I always had that?
I don't know. You're pointing at nothing in my eyes. I need to, like...
Can you see it?
I need to see... No, because your finger's on it, you silly.
No, it's not. It's right above my finger.
I can't see
the
it.
dot.
With camera quality. I can't see it. The freaking pixelation is forbidding me from being able to see your tiny, tiny little bitch freckle.
Have I ever had a freckle on my head, like right there before?
I don't think
I do
so.
now.
I don't know. Okay.
I thought it was a blackhead. I was sure of it, and
No.
I was like trying to get rid of it because I was like, "That's a ginormous blackhead." And then I
Yeah.
like cleared the foggy mirror, and I was like, "Is that a freckle?" It's weird. I don't get
It's a
freckles.
sunspot. It's because you're old. You're getting sunspots now. Sun damage.
What does that mean?
Sunspots.
Sunday? I got it in the middle of winter. I haven't seen the sun in months.
You're gonna be in like 5 years one of those old people that always has a band-aid on the back of their hand.
A band-aid on the back of the hand is like the number one sign of old.
I know.
The worst old person sign.
I know.
I should start wearing sunscreen. I actually did this morning. I have 2 things of sunscreen and I don't use them. And I was like,
Oh my-
why don't I test it out? I was like, it's gonna go bad if I don't use it.
Just see how it feels. I
I saw
literally.
this girl talking on TikTok, and she was like, I do notice a difference on the days I don't use it. I was like, part of me is like, that's bullshit. Like, I understand using sunscreen when you're in the sun. I don't use it daily.
I mean, that's fine. Like
But they
it
say
is
you
recommend.
should.
I
And
know.
I don't
I
see
know.
why.
I think there's well, because there's always going to be UV rays that are going to be able to penetrate like through the windows and stuff like that. Even when it's cloudy outside, you know, like the sun's still there. There's still UV rays coming down. But
Yeah, I know. It's just hard to like acknowledge
yeah.
that.
I know. Well, especially for you who's like so anti-sunscreen.
I just don't need your like 100 SPF. I like to get
No,
tan.
but you should still put it on. You should still put on an SPF.
I always do put on sunscreen.
But you don't reapply.
I don't need to reapply.
Oh my god. Your ass literally got fried at my house. You can't say that you don't need to.
I didn't use sunscreen at that point.
Do you remember at my house when you tanned and your ass got so burned that you couldn't sit for like a day?
That's because you were supposed to tell me when
I
to
know.
get up.
I
You
know.
didn't.
I know. You did not look red. You didn't
That's
look
why I can
red.
never tell.
I was telling Sammy and Alexa, because Sammy was on the phone with Alexa a couple days ago, and I was telling that story of like you had asked me to stay on watch for when you burn and you were laying on your stomach, and I was there in a long sleeve shirt and long sleeve pants, and I was like, okay, I will. And then my mother, with her like spooky witch sense, was like, I smell burning flesh. And so she came out to go to sit with us, and she was also fully in
Covered,
anti-sun garb of like black pants, black long sleeve shirt, big ass sun hat, crouching from the sun, clutching a romantic British novel. And she literally opens the gate to the pool and she's like, "Oh, Nina, you look a little burned." And I was like, "Fuck." And I said that you literally, without saying a word, just looked at me. You opened your eyes and found my eyes. We're like, you had one fucking job.
You did.
I know. Your eyelids oscillated like lizards, just like sideways.
I just.
Yeah.
And you were
Anyway, because you looked fine, and then we went inside, and I was like, "Oh yeah, your ass is beet red."
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah. Anyway, this has been Office Hours.